All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests, the lovely Serena and Joe, hosts of Bachelor Happy Hour, the new hosts, and our friends. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Your friends.
Yeah, I mean, it feels weird to be like, the hosts of Bachelor Happy Hour, acting like we've never talked to you
we
before.
were just talking we've actually used all of our allotted time for this interview to just chat and catch up. We haven't seen you guys in a while.
This is Serena's first Chicks in the Office.
Yeah, I've never been on the
Like,
podcast.
Yeah,
I know.
technically, yeah.
Which is crazy because I've done your live show twice.
Yeah.
And I've done Cutting Stems. So I've seen your old office, but I've never been on Chicks in the Office as a guest on your podcast.
Wow, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm honored to be here.
Like
Maybe
that shouldn't have been the case.
Right. I feel like because it just feels like you've been on. We also haven't talked about how we ran into each other at American Bar. We were at that restaurant.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
I remember I was sitting, like we were sitting next to each other basically. Yes. And I was like, oh my God, that's Serena. But then I had this like weird feeling that, and it's crazy for me to think this, but I was like, what if she like doesn't recognize me? you know what I mean? Like just one of those, you just have those moments where I was like, what if I say hi to Serena and in this setting, she acts like she doesn't know me? Like that would be nuts.
That'd be terrible.
No, right?
Oh my God,
and
I
think
Rhea, I was going to say, Gia's my sister. Rhea, I feel like sometimes you get intrusive thoughts when it comes to guests that we've had on the show that we are legitimately friends with, and then that we see it out in public. She's like, they don't know me.
And I'm like, they don't like me.
Like,
they're not.
what? In your life?
I know.
Guys,
It's a ridiculous
We
thought.
have been together a bunch of times. I'm aware, but I was like, maybe in this setting she wouldn't want me to say hello.
Oh my God, I can't believe you thought that. No, I was so happy to see you.
We did end up talking. She knew who I was.
Yeah, because you were like, Serena. And I was like, but there is that thing of like, I've never, like, I get what you're saying. It's like, I've seen you so many times, but never in like that setting
Never in a
before.
restaurant like that.
So like sometimes it would take someone to be like a minute to be like, wait, who's saying hi?
Yeah.
Never an American
Also
bar.
not true. We
That is
went
a
out.
crazy thought.
We went out to dinner
Also went out
after
to dinner,
the
after
Chicago
the
show.
Chicago
And after
show.
I
People's
was like,
Choice.
and after People's Choice. We've actually gone to multiple
Okay, yeah.
dinners.
I was trying to like throw you a line and save you a little bit, but I can't. Like,
no,
that's
it was just one of those moments where
no redemption
It's
in
like
this.
you know, like the
a wave of social anxiety.
Yes, and you know, like the saying in Mean Girls, where it's like seeing a teacher on, like seeing a teacher outside of school is like seeing a dog walk on its hind legs. It's like, is that Serena? Like, you know what I mean? You're like, is that like a body double? You know,
I can't back you up
nobody's
on that.
relating
No,
to
I
me.
can't. No.
I remember that because she came home. She was like, yeah, Rhea was there. I was like, oh, nice. What'd you guys do? She's like, oh, we said hi. And I was like, oh, I guess.
We were at two separate
no.
dinners. Like
We
I
were
was at
both-
dinner with my friends, and she was at dinner with her friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just
But
both,
we were at this.
we were basically
next
at
to
the
each other.
same table. Like the way we were sitting, the tables were so close to each other, and she was sitting diagonally from me. So you were in the booth and I was in the chair. So we literally could have been at dinner together.
Yeah. And we were both waiting for our friends, so we were both the first ones there alone. It was, guys, I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah.
They hate each other.
I think the last time I saw you guys, I like chased you down on the 7th Ave and scared you.
Yes, you did. Oh my gosh, you really scared
I
us
know.
too. You really
I
caught
know.
us off guard.
Yeah.
I jumped. I
Yeah.
actually jumped. Oh!
Well, because that was
two
straight-
different extremes.
Yeah.
One who's like afraid to say hi, and one who's chasing you guys down.
Yeah,
Really.
well,
I
like I
just
could have
saw-
been like a rabid fan, like ready
Yeah.
to jump on both of them, and I was like, guys, it's just me.
I just saw a
You put your
purple
hand
sleeve.
on
I touched
me. Your
him.
hand
Yeah.
was- I
Britney
looked over and I
Spears.
had a hand on me.
But it was like out of nowhere. Like I just in my peripheral saw a purple sleeve just like reach out and grab Joe. I was like, oh my God.
You were about to throw hands.
Well, I was just like, who is this stranger? I mean, it's New York City. Like
Yeah.
it could be anything.
Yeah,
you
really,
don't know what's
anything
happening.
could happen.
It is true.
So what's new with you guys? Fill us in.
I'm trying to think. What's new with us? I just got back from
Happy
my
hour.
I was gonna
bachelorette.
say you just had your bachelorette. How was it?
It was really,
How
really
was it?
fun.
Vegas. Why Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas.
Okay.
So, and most of my friends, everyone that came except for one person had never been to Vegas.
Okay.
What's your
Joe?
beef with Vegas?
I
Yeah, it felt
I don't
judgmental.
know. No.
Yeah.
I'm all for the
I
Vegas
feel like
Bachelorette.
Vegas is always such a classic
cliche.
choice, but I think girls have strayed from Vegas
Yes.
in the last couple of years. There's like other
It's a
places
lot more
that
like
people pick.
Arizona,
You guys are also
Cabo.
getting married. Like Charles, is that a public?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
public.
okay.
Honestly,
I was like,
at this point, I
Yeah.
think I've like said the wedding date and like
Okay.
and in time.
I was
on
like,
some
damn, I hope I
podcasts.
don't want
we
everyone
are
to tell.
married already,
Yeah, you
so-
are married already. Yes. Charleston is such like a hot spot too for bachelorettes, but like Vegas is such a classic choice. But I feel like it has other places have been added. It used to like just be Vegas.
I would agree with you on that. Like
Where would you
Nashville.
expect me to go?
Scottsdale.
Really? You think I'm a Scottsdale guy?
Maybe. I feel like you're not a Vegas guy.
Oh my
Oh my God, I'm
I
like-
feel like Vegas, like gambling. Like,
Joe
Yeah,
goes to
I love
Vegas
gambling.
twice a year and is a
Okay.
like absolute degenerate gambler.
Yeah.
Actually, wait a second.
Way to air that out
You
there.
know what?
Jesus. My
I
husband's a
completely regret
degenerate.
my pick because I know that about you.
Yeah.
I've seen you watch football games where
Yeah,
you're like just freaking out.
Yeah, you saw me gamble. Like we've been gambling
yes.
together.
Yes. Okay. Fair. So you're both going to do Vegas.
I already did it.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Was it? I feel like I didn't see that on social media. Was
No,
that
he posted
low-key?
like one story of like an
Yeah.
IV treatment.
Wow.
I think that was it.
Wow, that's so discreet.
It was
So
so top
discreet of you.
And I hit a slot.
Okay.
So
I like that. I like the idea of the classic Vegas
was
Bachelor,
fun.
Bachelorette.
Yeah, I was just like, I had Lori's Cabo trip already booked like 2 weeks before I was going to be doing my Bachelorette. So I was like, I don't really need to go somewhere beachy like 2 weeks in a row. And yeah, I just was like, it'll be fun. Like we got some hookups with like Tao and the Venetian and stuff, which was fun to like go on a trip like that, like with all like my home friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, none of us have been here. Like it'll be exciting. My parents like love Vegas. They've been like 10 times. They got married in Vegas.
Oh, amazing.
Joe loves Vegas. He goes twice a year. So I was just like, yeah, like let's do it. It'll be a good time.
And that's
love
crazy.
that.
You've never been.
No, I've never been. Well, because I'm trying to think. I turned 21 like pre-pandemic, but then I think like when I would have gone, like my parents always said like, oh, when your sister turns 21, we'll all go to Vegas. Or like, I feel like Vegas for Torontonians like isn't as much of a hot spot as it is for you guys. Like I don't have a lot of friends that have been there, and it's more of like a bachelorette destination. I'm the first friend to get married, so like there's just nothing that's like brought me there. And then Joe always just goes with his guy friends.
Yeah,
I never catch the invite on those trips.
I grew up next to a racetrack, like horses. So like I was gambling at 12.
It's just in your blood.
Vegas is just calling his name.
It's just it's the slots. are calling
Gambling,
your name.
Vegas runs in my family too. My parents used to go every year. They renewed their vows there with the Elvis.
Stop it.
Their
Oh my
25th
gosh.
anniversary. And yeah, I've only been to Vegas, but when I was in 5th grade, and like
Okay,
I was
so
just like standing in the casinos. Like,
I
as
was
a kid
surprised
while
how
my
many
parents were
kids were
gambling.
there.
Yeah.
Like we were
Yeah.
walking home
A lot of kids
from the club at like 3 a.m. and there was kids running around in the casino. I was like, this is way past your bedtime. What are you doing
It was
here?
awesome. Like I couldn't do anything, but as a kid being there, you feel so cool.
Yeah.
Because you're just surrounded by all adults and like
Adult activities.
yeah, like my parents were like, all right, you could just stand here.
all those shows and stuff. I went to
to a cool magic show.
yeah,
there.
all those like. I was terrified when I went to Vegas. I went. When did I go? Not that long ago.
last year.
For Jonas Brothers did a bunch of shows in Vegas. I
Okay.
went for like a full weekend, and I am not a gambler, and I was like legit I was like, because Vegas feels so serious.
I'm
to me.
not a gambler
Put me at
either.
like a blackjack table in the Poconos. Maybe I'll try. You know, it's
The
like
Poconos?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like a
What year were you
a
born?
less serious casino type
The
place.
Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like somewhere where I feel like everybody isn't staring at me that I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
Vegas, like
so what-
walking up to a
yeah.
blackjack table scared the shit out of me. I only played on the computer.
So what we did, the first night we went and gambled, we just did like roulette or like
Yeah.
things that are pretty easy. And then the second day we were there, we went to another casino at another hotel, just to like check it out, and we ended up it was empty where we were. Like the Venetian casino was slammed 24/7.
Yeah.
Where we went, it was like totally dead. So we went to a craps table and we were like, can you just like explain this to
Yes.
us, because like we don't know what we're doing. And they were like, oh yeah, of course, no problem. Like great.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Yeah, and then
Where,
we
like,
went
I could
back
have
to the
someone
Venetian
teach
and
me
we're
what I'm
like,
doing.
okay, we know what's up now.
Exactly.
We're back to
You
play.
came ready. Yeah.
I just don't want like some old salty Vegas vet like sitting next to me and being like, get this.
Well, yeah.
Get off the
Well,
table.
and I
They
can
also probably
imagine-
deal with it all the time though. Like if you're
Yeah, I'm
like,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? Like they know that people are
Yeah.
it's a touristy spot.
But I can imagine like for you as someone who like is a gambler and knows what they're doing and is like putting more than $25 on the table, like if
Well,
a
if you
group
sat
of
down,
girls,
if you sat down on my table, I'd get mad.
yeah, no, 100%. Like if
I'm the salty Vegas
Yes.
guy. I'd be like,
Yes.
what is she doing?
if
Yes.
me and my 7 girlfriends who don't gamble came, he'd be like, get the hell off this table.
And then like you end up winning.
Oh yeah, that would ruin his whole night.
No, it would. I would want you to win.
No,
I don't
but if
want
you didn't
people
know
to
me
lose.
No,
yeah,
if
like
it-
a random
it was-
girl
if it
that
was
knows
just
what
a
she's doing
Serena
comes
type-
and sits down.
and gets lucky.
Yeah.
That would ruin your
Do
whole
you guys know?
No, that wouldn't.
Do you know where you're going for your bachelorettes? I mean, that's an early question, but Do you have anywhere in mind?
we've
Vegas.
thrown out some ideas.
Vegas is up there for me for
Yeah.
sure, but
It was
I'm
really
not
fun.
100% sure.
Vegas would be very fun for you.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking maybe Miami. I'm
Miami's
not positive
fun.
on that.
I was gonna
But-
do Miami, but the issue was my bachelor party was like 2 weeks ago, and no one goes to Miami in the summer.
Yeah. Super fair. Definitely don't want to be in Miami in July.
Gotcha.
That's why I feel like timing wise, Miami would make sense.
Apparently, Scottsdale is like the #1 bachelorette
Yeah.
destination in the United States.
Let me tell you,
yeah,
we were in Scottsdale.
when we went to Scottsdale, it was Bachelorette Central.
But why? What is so exciting about it?
I liked it. I didn't love it, and I certainly didn't love the clientele of the creepy men on their bachelor parties. Like, we were just trying to hang out at the pool where we were staying. I think it was the W, right?
Yeah.
We were staying there. Our show was there, and just like the creepiest guys you could imagine hanging around the hotel.
Well, it's like a college town of guys that graduated college and stayed
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
A guy was talking to us in the elevator, and none of us answered. And he turned to his friend. He was like, "I guess they don't speak English." And I was like,
You're like, you're right. That's
"No,
the
we're
only possible
just
reason I could be ignoring you.
yeah.
I know. I think people feel like it has that mini party scene, so it's not like as crazy as
It's not
doing Vegas, but
expensive.
it's less. Yeah, like it's more affordable to get some massive Airbnb
Airbnb.
with some crazy like spa pool and like kind of like throw
Yes.
bangers like within the
Gotcha.
house. I
That makes
think
sense.
because I mean even the bars we went to, like it was all bachelorette parties and bachelor parties.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like Nashville is the same way, but Nashville's a lot of fun.
Nashville's really fun.
Just not my vibe for like a bachelor. Like,
Yeah, I did Charleston for one of my good friends did Charleston for a bachelorette in March, somewhere around there. It was awesome.
Charleston's really
so
fun.
fun.
Did you go to Hall's Chop House?
No,
It's not giving bachelorette. It's like a
it is not.
steakhouse.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. I have a cousin that goes to college of Charleston. Anytime my grandparents go and visit him, they take him there.
Okay.
That's
Why
like,
did you guys decide on Charleston for the wedding? It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, no idea. We just kind of we were trying.
it's
to figure
actually
out,
a beautiful wedding destination.
Didn't
Like
Haley and Justin Bieber get?
They
Yeah.
did. So they
Charleston?
got married in Hilton Head in the Palmetto Bluffs.
Palmetto Bluffs, which
Which
we
I've
looked.
been to.
We looked at that, but that was like it would cost like
Basically,
$1
you'd
million.
have to have
Yeah.
you'd have to have like a 750 person guest list to like comfortably hit the minimum spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
But it's
that
a
is
beautiful
crazy.
venue.
But we were just winging it. We picked like 3 places in the States. I think it was Vegas, South Carolina, and like Austin, Texas.
And Nashville. We're
And
looking at
Nashville.
too. We just
And
wanted
we flew to South Carolina first, and I was like, "This place
Yeah.
works." And Serena was like, "Yeah, I like it." I was like, "All right,
Yeah, we really just wanted
we're super interested." you know?
because we knew we were gonna make people travel for our wedding because Toronto, Chicago, like we were like, we'll just pick somewhere that's neither of those places, so we're not like favoriting one side. And we were like, let's just pick somewhere that's fun for the weekend, like somewhere that people want to go, that they can like enjoy a long weekend there.
Right.
So that's kind of how we narrowed it down to like the 4 places, and then Charleston had our favorite venue, and we really weren't interested in like venue shopping and like flying around. We were like, let's just go here, and if we like it, we'll just take this
boom,
place.
done.
And it
Yeah.
was pretty that simple.
Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
I feel like that's good too because you guys, it's like you're really worrying more about the party and having like
We
an
just want it to
event,
be fun.
you know?
Yeah,
you're-
'cause,
and
like you
also-
said, already married.
Exactly.
And you're not dead set on one of those places anyway, so like there's no reason to go check them all out if you like.
Literally. We were like, if we hate the Charleston one, then we'll go to the Austin one. And then honestly, if we hate the Austin one, we'll probably just do the Austin one because I'm not going to
Then we'll just pick between those two.
Yeah.
You know what we're doing for dessert? Espresso martinis.
That's part of the dessert. Yeah.
Yeah,
Part of
that
the
is
dessert.
gonna do-
Isn't that-
I'm
that's
seeing
nice,
that
huh?
more now.
Oh, really? That's a
yeah.
thing? Damn, I thought
No,
it
but
was-
I think it's a good thing.
yeah.
No, that's a great idea.
Well,
Yeah.
because I feel like you sit at the dinner for so long, and we're trying to have a quick dinner too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting that long. And then like you're like, you need something to like get people up and going again
Yeah.
for the night
Yeah.
portion. Weddings are long.
I
I've just
agree.
we've gone to like 3
You
weddings
get
this
really
year. and-
tired, like, and you're like, dang, like, how do you like
They're
half
so
the
long.
half the
People
crowd
are waiting for the
falls
coffee
off.
cart to
Right.
roll out, so might as well
Yeah.
put vodka in it.
Yeah.
It's
Literally.
genius. Yeah.
But my wedding planner was like, we're going to do mini espresso martinis. And I was like, why not just full large glasses? And she's like, well, it's up to you. But she's like, you'll get people that have never had one before and don't realize like how strong they are. And they'll like down 2 of them because they're so delicious. And then all of a sudden you have like your grandma's fucked up in the corner.
Right.
Smart.
That's
Oh
why.
my
That's
God,
why these
that
planners
is-
think of
that is
everything. You know.
genius.
That's why you need a planner. I would not think of that. I'd be like, let's
why they
get
think of
full size
everything.
ones in front of every table.
Let me tell you, there is so much that goes into this thing.
Oh,
Have you guys started yet?
A little bit, yeah.
I just talked to a planner today, and my
I know,
my
I've
head
talked to a
is
bunch as
like
well.
just going in circles.
It's a
I just
lot.
can't decide on a place. Like,
Yeah.
well, both of us, we just can't. We have so many different options.
Ria's had a hilarious jump from places location wise.
And I still go back in my head, like destination versus. There's just something about Long Island venues that just don't do it for me. And we're both from Long Island, and we both have been to a ton of Long Island weddings, and they are pretty much the same thing. There's a couple that are like so beautiful and really stand out. And then so we were thinking destination and all these other places. And 1 minute I'm like, yeah, we got to do destination. The next second I'm like, ooh, that seems like a lot, like making everyone travel. So I am literally all over
There's
the
pros
place.
and cons to both because like our thing with destination was like everyone comes and like you leave your kids at home, you leave your like life problems at home, and like everyone's on vacation, so you get people in full vacation mode, which is so fun. But then
I don't
it's
think you leave your life problems there.
no, but you know what I mean. Like when you go to a
forget
wedding,
about it for
honestly,
3 days.
you leave and you're like,
you're not driving like
Yeah, you're like, I'm leaving
You're
work
not
at
driving
5.
for a Saturday night and then going
Fair.
home.
Exactly. So like that's fun, but then it's like it's expensive. You're definitely gonna get more like no's from the guest list because people are traveling.
Yeah.
So
It's just not easy any way you look at it. So.
no, wedding
it's-
planning.
exactly.
Honestly,
like
is
it's
a
that
lot.
was I was talking to my family, and they were like, listen, no matter what you pick, you just have to do it for yourself, for you guys. Like
Yeah.
that's it. You just have to do what you two want, because somebody is going to be upset with whatever
100%.
place you pick. You can't, because I've been caught up in the like pleasing everyone else of
impossible.
like, oh, I don't want to make it hard for people to travel or this and that. But then at the end of the day, you got to do what you want to do.
What we haven't even seen you guys post Courthouse.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
We saw you at the Christmas show.
Oh, true, the Christmas show.
But
yeah,
that was
Savannah.
that was hectic. Yeah.
That
we
was
posted the
hectic.
courthouse video of us getting
Yes,
married.
no, I know. But what was we all saw the video, which was amazing, but it kind like you surprised everybody
We surprised
with
ourselves.
this. what was the day lead up to that?
Oh my gosh.
I woke up, brushed my teeth, I threw in regular clothes, and I was just like, let's go, like, let's do it. We didn't really give it much thought, except we just were like, let's go do this. It'll be fun. Like, why not?
Yeah.
And then we didn't really think of it. And then morning it's like, all right, we gotta go, let's go. And she's like, all right, let's go. Like, we were like kind of still tired.
It was early. We had like a 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
appointment. Like I bought a dress that ended up being see-through. I threw on like faux leather pants. Like we really were not. We played it down accidentally like
Yeah.
a lot. Like
And-
we were just like whatever. Like this is a no big deal.
And then when we get there, and like you have to wear masks, so they're still mandatory in the whatever civil building it is. And we get there and we go in the room, and it's like this pink old room, and this woman starts reading our vows, or reading like the vows to get married, and like then all of a sudden I'm standing there, I'm like, oh, like, fuck.
yeah.
Like, and I see like a tear coming down Serena's face, and I'm like, oh man, this is intense. And then like it was
Natasha's screaming in the background.
like crying and screaming, and then like we were like, whoa. Then we got then we kissed and we got married, and it felt like romantic, and we got pancakes after, and
I thought that was so cute, so special.
It was so fun. Like when we were doing it, like you said, like I think we decided like 2 weeks before we did it that we were gonna do it. It was something we like joked about and talked about. It wasn't like out of nowhere one of us was like, let's go to the courthouse. But we made the for real decision 2 weeks prior, and then really didn't think about it. Like I think we had like a busy 2 weeks. It was my birthday in that 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden in the morning of, we woke up and we were like, oh my god, like we're getting married today. This is insane. And then it really didn't hit us that it was happening until we were standing in front of each other getting married.
I told my parents the night before, and this is going to sound like a lie. It really is, but it's not. We were not telling anyone. And then Serena's manager got an email that morning, right after we got married, and said Joe and Serena were spotted at the courthouse from People Magazine. They said, we are going to run this.
Yeah.
And it's public information, like marriage license.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't lie.
Yeah,
and say
yeah.
no.
right.
So we were like, okay, well, then I was like, all right, well, I guess let's just put it on our own page. Like, we'll get the views.
Yeah, you might as well take it for yourselves.
So we posted it. But yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Lori literally FaceTimed me in the air. Like she's on a plane in the air. The stewardess is like yelling at her to get off her phone. She's like, did you get married? Tell me right now. Did you get married? And I was like, yes, how do you know? You're in the middle of the air.
Oh my God.
But
I wonder who
Wow,
spotted
people,
you.
they got people watching
They
everything.
said
They
huh?
probably have somebody like standing outside that area, like to like keep guard
Yeah.
of just people going in there getting married, because you never know.
And it is New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. We were gonna tell. We told our parents and our siblings, and we were gonna tell like our immediate friend groups after we did it.
Afterwards, yeah.
Like our closest friends, because they also had known we were like toying with the idea, and then we were kind of like, we'll see if we like announce it or if we decide to keep it private. On the way home from the courthouse, this is before we even got the call that like it was gonna get leaked. Joe was like, should I just throw this on my Instagram like right now? And I was like, let me like tell my best friends first maybe before you like throw this on Instagram. And then like,
I was like, it'll do so well.
Yeah.
he's like,
It did do great.
honestly, I'm happy we shared it. Like the secret would have just been such a pain in the ass to
Yeah.
keep. And it's just more fun to be able to be like open about it. And I don't think we were just like, oh, like, I don't know. We're like, what are people going to think about this? And like, do we want to keep something private for ourselves? But like, no, like honestly, we're not really good secret keepers. Like we like to throw everything out there anyway. It would have come out. We would have said it eventually.
Right. Yeah.
And like, it doesn't take away from our wedding at all. If anything, it just like makes us more excited. That
Yeah,
it's
you just
done.
get more and more celebrations. I think
Yeah.
it's so special and cute what you guys did.
Yeah, it was
I,
so fun.
thought
Like
it was great.
highly recommend if people
Keeping
are
a
thinking about
secret
it.
also as podcast hosts, incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, because even if you're not sharing too much of your life when you are, you guys obviously doing happy hour, like all the guests and whatnot, and then they want to ask you questions and you're like, you answer, and then it's like, oh,
Right.
did I even want to say that? Like,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
Right,
but
if
if
people
I just
say-
said it.
If people say, when are you getting married? And then you guys are like, we are already married. Then it's like a whole like explanation of you're already married.
But
Yeah.
we just did that on the podcast where we were like talking about like Serena's sister about something, and then like 3 days later we saw her and she's like, yeah, I'm listening to the podcast, and then like you guys bring me up and we're like, oh yeah, like we forgot people listen to this.
Yeah.
No,
trouble
Joe
for that all
will
the
finish the
time.
podcast and be like, I literally forget that we aren't just like sitting and talking. Like
Yeah.
people are actually going to listen to this later on and like hear what we say,
Yeah.
which I feel like is a good thing because people get like your actual
Right,
like,
then it
raw,
means it's-
authentic opinions
yeah,
in yourself.
It's real. How are you guys enjoying it? Doing it together?
We like it a
Podcast.
lot.
Yeah.
We were excited to podcast together. Like we both like podcasting separately and like we work well together. So
It is nice because like we could hate it. Like we could hate working together. Like that is definitely a thing. And it's so easy. Like we actually have, I feel like we have like really great chemistry.
I think you guys got
Isn't
some
that
pretty good
cra- isn't that
chemistry.
crazy?
I think you guys do.
thank God, right? Thank God.
I thought it was funny, Serena. I saw your Instagram stories where you were posting like you were hopping on Zoom to like record with
yeah.
Joe, and I was like, that's hilarious. Like just thinking about them just like hopping on Zoom together.
I know, because I was in Toronto and he was in New York. And this was, did you guys see his stories the day that he got like stuck in Baltimore?
I did see those. Yeah.
So we were supposed to
Fucking
record.
Did you
Lord.
drive home from there? I couldn't
drove
like
home
follow.
with 5 strange men who were all cool, but like from Baltimore at like 2 a.m. and I had to be there to record a podcast at 7 in the morning. I had to be at Raising Cane's to do an Instagram video. And I got no sleep. I was on my bachelor party for 5 days. It was fucking awful. And I was up a ton of money, so I had a bunch of money in my bag. And
Joe's like, I'm
And those
in a
5 strange
cab
men.
with 5 strangers and I've got a bunch of cash.
There's a bunch of cash burning a hole through the bag.
I mean, it was the longest travel day. I left Vegas at 7 a.m. and didn't get home till 5 a.m.
It kind of makes it even better though when you get home, right? Like I hate when your travel plans get derailed. I mean, we had that happen
Yeah.
to us recently with LA where we just ended up getting a full day later than we originally planned. And in the moment you're like, damn, this sucks. But then there's a little part of you, or maybe it's just me, that is like, when I get home, I can like complain about how my travel day sucked and then like really bask in like laying around all day and saying how tired I am. Is there a little part of that where you're like, man, like I could, it's almost like being hungover. Like, you know, when you wake up and you're hungover and it's kind of an excuse not to do anything.
You get away with being lazy
Yeah,
for the day.
yeah,
Like,
for
you-
the day,
You can
yes.
be easy on yourself because you're like, I earned this.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're like, I earn the right to order really shitty food and like lay on the couch and watch TV all day.
Yes,
because I
I
just went through
deserve
this
it.
like painful experience.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
we think the
that-
same way. I do agree with that.
That night, we were supposed to record the podcast at like, what, 7 p.m., I think, or
Yeah.
6 p.m.
Yeah, something like
And
that.
then Joe got obviously stuck in the air. And then they were like, okay, like this is launching tomorrow. Like everything was set up for it to launch on Tuesday. So they were like, we can't not record this to go live tomorrow. So they were like, well, you guys just stay up and we'll just do it as late as we have to do it. So we were prepared to record the first episode at like 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, Joe wasn't going to even get back till 3. Yeah. So we ended up going to bed and recording it at 7 a.m. our time, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom, which is why I'm like in my robe being like, he's like, are you awake? I'm like, yeah, are you awake? You just got home like 4 hours ago.
So I didn't even get to have that lazy day. But what I did was the rest of the week, I said, fuck it.
Yeah, right. After that, you're like, okay, now since I had more work to do after this, you gain more days.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. There you go. You got 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's talk a little about this season of The Bachelorette.
Let's do it.
Because we're
watching.
We're all watching. And I feel like this was kind of a big episode. I was going to say we did Cutting Stems with Trent, so people could have listened to that. And now we're going to talk to you guys about this episode. I was just saying to you, and it was crazy to me that it feels like this season is moving so fast. But that's, it's apparently a shorter season, which does make sense because I did see the date for the finale was on like Deadline, I think, last night, because they also posted that they changed the time back to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
I saw that too.
It's like, I feel like
very confusing.
I felt like that was maybe an experiment. It failed, and now we're moving back to 8 p.m. I'm not sure.
There was a lot, like even on Happy Hour, like people were commenting, being like, "Can you please change the time back to 8 p.m.?" Like people were not happy with the 9 p.m. time slot,
we were
which
not
I get
happy.
because it's a 2-hour show.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's 9 p.m. and it's an hour, but 11 p.m.
I'm falling asleep by
2 hours.
PM.
The attention span that you have from 8 to 10 p.m. is wildly different than 9 to 11 p.m.
Well, it's just like a perfect little time slot. Like you wrap it 10, you brush your teeth.
Yep.
Maybe people throw on Cutting Stems in bed and then they go to sleep.
Yep.
Like
exactly.
You like that one? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah. Exactly.
Subscribe.
So what are you guys thinking of Charity season / these men? Because they all seem very, very nice. There's only been drama with one guy.
Well, I think, I totally forgot what I was going to say right before I said it. Jesus Christ. What were you saying?
The host of Bachelor Happy Hour.
No, you said that the guys, the guys were, it's like, where'd all the guys go?
Where'd all the guys go? There's 6 guys left.
2 episodes
Yeah, like
ago.
week 3, Joe was like, where are all the guys?
And one thing I think with like somebody like Braden, like we interviewed him. I liked him. Like he was fine. He was nice. I feel like there used to be more guys like that. And I feel like now everyone goes on the show, they're so self-aware of how they're going to look.
Right.
That we don't have that many characters anymore. So Braden was such a vocal point in the beginning until now, and then he's gone. It's like, takes the.
But you think that's legit? That Braden and that's like really him?
Yeah. No, it is. I think it definitely is, actually.
He's young too. He's 24. I think he just like went on. He's like, I'm going on to have a good time, and then realize, I have to get married or engaged at the end of this. I'm not ready for that.
And then
I'm not that
left.
into, and I don't think he was that into Charity.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I feel like that's got to be somebody's worst case scenario, right? Like you kind of are going on the show for fun, and then you just get the first impression rose.
Yeah, she's like
and
genuinely
you're like,
into him.
Oh shit! So like this is not how I thought this was gonna go. I'm gonna wear my earrings and be showy and like put on a show, and then she actually likes it.
Did he wear the earrings on your podcast?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, he did.
Down to the shoulders. It's definitely his thing.
He said, oh hell yeah.
I talked about it on this show. I said I messaged Joe and was like, "Is this guy for real?" Like when I posted the picture, I was like, So he's wearing these in his day-to-day
No,
life.
I genuinely think he's just like a quirky dude.
Yeah.
Like I think that's genuinely his personality. I don't think he was like putting anything on necessarily. I think he's just kind of eccentric, and I don't think a lot of what he was saying was like totally offside. Like I relate to a lot of his skepticism about the process, but he just has no filter. Like you can tell he's just someone that's like spitting out whatever's coming into his head.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing unless you're on reality TV.
Yeah.
He made for the thing is he made for good TV.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I do understand the point what you're saying about like being skeptical about the whole process, and he voiced that to not only everyone there but also Charity.
Yeah.
So I think the reason people have a problem with that though is because the premise of the show is you get engaged at the end of it.
yeah.
But it has changed so much. So do you think that there is maybe a way that going forward they change like the whole ending of the show so it fits people a little more, or do you think that's going to then create a whole group of people coming in that just want to be on TV even more, because it's already like that?
I don't think they'll ever get rid of the engagement ever.
Yeah.
Like, I think
show.
the draw of the show, and I feel like Love is Blind has like one-upped them with this, is like it is so crazy to get engaged to someone in that period of time. It's not that crazy to like leave in a relationship with someone. Like you need that anticipation of like, are they gonna get engaged? Like, is that going to happen? Like, there's not really any anticipation if it's just like, who's she gonna pick?
Yeah,
like, who does she like the best?
Right, like, oh, are they going to be boyfriend and girlfriend at the end of this? It would just be like whatever
You need them
show.
in love with a ring on their finger. Like,
And I love how you said Love is Blind one up them,
Yeah,
because
because
Love is
now
Blind was like, no, you're gonna have to get married. Like they were like,
you
no
can't-
more
you have to get
engagement.
engaged not seeing the person, and then if you get engaged not seeing them, you can see them, and then you got to get married. And now there's like
We've seen
married at
enough
first
of this.
sight.
We've seen enough of this bullshit. You're getting married and you're adopting a kid immediately.
Right.
It's also like,
the
by
next
the way,
show is gonna be like, are you ready to be a parent?
Yeah. Will you adopt?
Because we are all becoming desensitized to all of these crazy shows, because now we've seen a bunch of it that they're really gonna have to throw us off with something.
Right.
Because
And by the way, they say you can't break up. It's like you can't break up before you have to break up with the person on the altar. Like it's not like, because there's so many times you watch that show and you're like, wouldn't it make sense for them to have this conversation before they're on the altar?
Yeah.
But I think they all like have to go to the altar and
They
have
do.
this big moment of yes or no. So no, it is crazy. And I do think they need it, especially for this season, because now like the fucking 6 guys that are left is crazy. I can't believe there's only 6 guys left. Have all been the ones that have been preaching from the rooftops, talking down to Brayden about like, well, your engagement. We're all ready for an engagement. And then the preview kind of made it look like some of them might not be ready for an engagement.
The thing
Truly,
is,
because go ahead.
I was going to say, you just have to be at the point in your life where you're ready to get engaged. That's it. And you could end up meeting the person, get down to the end and be like, oh, you know what? I'm ready to get engaged, but just not to her.
Yeah.
And like, that's it. That's really all it is.
Or you have to be the type of person that's like, I'm just willing to throw caution to the wind, and engagement's not that serious to me. And if I get engaged and it doesn't work out, it's okay. Like if you're, I'm sure this was not us, but I'm sure there's people that are like, fuck it. It's an engagement. I can still break up with them after the show ends. Like there's gotta be people.
I did tell you. I was like, honestly, like, I mean this. I feel like you mean it, but like, we could call it off. If
Well, it's not a marriage.
Like,
You can.
you know,
Yes.
it isn't the, like, it's not,
Yeah.
you know.
Engagements end.
Yeah, engagements end.
Engagements end.
Like, you could always get divorced. Marriages end too. So it's
Right.
like, you know.
But if you're on that
It's an
show
option.
and you're someone that takes engagement
all
really
of these
serious,
things are options.
Everyone does have free will. You can decide.
Yeah.
People do act like they don't, though.
I know.
And that's how you end up miserable.
Yes.
Yes,
Preach.
that is
No, so I think like, especially with what we were seeing coming up, it does look like that's going to be the biggest thing. What do you guys think about Sean? Because Sean is somebody that I don't know if you know, but he interned at Barstool years ago.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. Sean is Ken. Denim
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Host of Bachelor Happy Hour.
They called him Prince Charming from Shrek on this week's episode.
Yeah, he
and
does look
honestly,
like that.
Perfect description.
He does.
Perfect description.
He reminds me of Justin Timberlake in the all denim.
Yeah, super fair.
That is an insult to Justin Timberlake and too much of a compliment to Sean.
Wait,
So, yes,
did
so he
you
was
know
in-
him?
Yeah, so he
Not like he worked
as a work acquaintance. Like we weren't like
We didn't
like,
have
no.
many conversations.
No,
with
no,
him.
no.
But if
Ever,
you
maybe
bumped
even
into him,
once.
you'd be like, "Oh, Sean."
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I really want you to show him the Chipotle video.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
well,
I'll
we'll
have to
show you
ask
after.
about
It's-
Oh,
it's-
yes, I want to
I'll
see
We'll have to
that.
show you after.
Oh, you wanna go get Chipotle
But he
after
like so he's
Chipotle.
20. He's 25. So like he was interning at Barstool. He's probably 21.
Okay.
Like he was young, but literally his whole thing was that Dave thought he was like too hot. He was like, who hired this like really hot intern? Like we don't have.
How tall
We
is
don't
he?
have like hot men that intern here. So he literally was called Hot Sean. Like he was literally called Hot Sean. Like for his time here, and then bam, he popped up on The Bachelorette, and we were like, of course.
And everybody here was like, hot Sean's going on The Bachelor.
This is a great story. I can't believe I didn't know
Yeah.
this.
If you're a little
Yeah.
too hot for Barstool, that's where you go. It's the Bachelorette.
Well, that watching it, we've been like, all right, he was an intern at Barstool Sports, and now he's on The Bachelorette. clearly he wants a little something.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you don't like we were both interns at Barstool Sports.
We wanted something.
Yeah, so like there's like a pipeline. I mean, there's some people who would rather like work behind the scenes or whatever, but like
No, he was making videos. And
he was
putting
making a
himself
lot
out
of it.
there.
We'll show you after.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I think everyone that goes on the show like wants something. Like you're going on TV. Like know that like there's like you could get an Instagram following, you can make money, you could have a podcast. Like there's all those things. So like you have to
go on Paradise.
Consider it. It doesn't
And I
mean,
think
doesn't mean you can't fall in love.
I think during
Yes.
the pandemic, they almost got like, I don't want to say lucky, but like I think a lot of people were going to the show during the pandemic. At least there was definitely girls on my season and probably on like Tasha Claire's season that were like, I just want an experience. I just want to do something.
Yeah.
Like I'm so bored. But yeah, like if you're going on now, like you're literally like I wasn't stopping my life. I didn't stop anything. Nothing was going on. Like it was the pandemic. But if you're going on, you're stopping your whole life to go on this show. Like you're right. Like you're looking for something, and it's not just love. I feel like for some people it can be. Like you're obviously going on hoping to find love, but like
Those people always go home first.
Yeah.
yeah, it's an extreme thing to go through
nod to
just
yourself.
to find love. I mean, they're gonna be mad. I'm saying.
well, honestly, do you guys watch Love Island?
No.
Or you've obviously
But isn't
heard
Love
of it.
Island like every day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That's
but
crazy.
there was a very, very popular contestant, Molly May. She's
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah, I
Tommy
know.
Fury.
Yeah.
They have a kid together.
Oh, yeah.
And she talked about this, you know, people say, oh, you only go on whatever. And she was like, to be honest, like I did go on for... You know, I didn't think I was going to find my person.
Yeah.
Like I
She
went
was
on
she
because
was
it's Love
19 when
Island.
she
Like,
went on Love Island,
yeah, like she
so.
was like, I went on because it was Love Island, and like I
Yes.
knew I could like get things from it and like my career. And then she was like, but at the same time, there is that chance that you could find love, and if
Yes.
it happens, that's great. And she was like, and that's what happened.
I think it would be weird. Like, I'm sure there's people that go on that they're like, oh, it's just a super unique experience, or like maybe I'm looking to like change up my life or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you go on the show and you're not looking for a relationship at all, like literally, what are you doing here? Like, I get there's other things that can come from it, but like, you have to want to find someone. If you're like, I'm really not looking at this time in my life, like, that's when I'm like, okay, really, what are you doing here? It's okay to be like, maybe I'm hoping, like the odds of you finding love on this show are not minuscule, but they're like, it's 1 in 30 if you're on The Bachelorette. Like you have to
and even if you still want to be on TV, like you end up going on Paradise, where also the premise is finding somebody.
Yeah.
So,
And it's fun, and those shows are fun. Like I don't know. I thought I was like I could fall in love, but like what if I become famous too?
Yeah.
Like that's even better.
A little bit of both.
Like,
Question for you: are you not wearing a ring yet?
no.
Are you waiting until? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a wedding band either.
Got it.
It's we like got them, but we don't have them in our possession yet. So no.
That'll be nice.
People comment about it all the time. Like my dad doesn't wear a wedding ring. My friends don't wear wedding rings. Like
He'll wear a wedding
I'm
ring.
going to say you're wearing a wedding
Sorry,
ring.
my
I
dad
actually liked it.
my
I
dad
picked it
did
out. It
not
looks
you're
wear
alright.
well.
you're gonna put a wedding ring.
The only thing is, a lot of guys have to get their fingers chopped off because it gets
No,
stuck
not
in
a
their
lot of
fingers.
guys. Don't say a lot of guys.
Everybody's been saying that. Okay, my sister said the same thing to me about my ring was a little too big. Okay, and I got it resized. It's great now, still a little loose, whatever. But
Beautiful ring.
Thank you very
Yes,
much. He did a great job.
I can't. I literally do. I'm not
know.
wearing mine.
Rumors are gonna start.
Yeah.
Fran's already broken
I
up
already took
with
it off.
Joe.
And I was talking about getting it resized, and my sister was like, "No, don't resize it. People have to get their fingers chopped off. They gotta cut the ring off." And I was
actually
like,
think I need to get mine a little resized.
and I was like, I can't be walking around with this big of a ring. Like I have to get it resized. And now it's great. It's still loose. I think if it comes down to it and I got to get the ring chopped off, but you don't have to get your finger
No, they
chopped
just
off.
cut the ring
They will
off.
cut the ring off and you can get a new one, but get ring insurance.
Oh, well, I just I hope you I hope you love me with one less finger. That's all I have to say.
You will be wearing a wedding ring.
Yeah.
No, I put it on. I liked it.
No, I know.
Mine looks really nice.
It's really nice.
I was actually just having this is kind of fucked up, but I was actually just having a conversation with somebody this weekend who is married, and she's hilarious, but her husband wears a wedding ring, and she was joking. She's like, he has never been hit on more than when he is out with his
Really?
wedding ring on. Yeah,
That's sickening.
I said it's kind of
That's
fucked
actually
up, but
sickening.
That is fucked up,
Isn't
but I
that
believe
crazy?
that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure that the show only insures my ring for 2 years, because if you break up within those 2 years, you have to give the ring back.
Yeah.
And we're past the 2 years, so I actually need to find out if I need to get this
boy.
insured.
You gotta re-up that
Probably.
insurance.
Yeah, for real.
You got to get it insured. Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
ask what? I don't want you to give too many details, but can I ask if it's gold or silver or what?
Mine?
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
forgot. I'm pretty sure.
What about like one of those little? You can have a really nice one, but that is obviously gold or what a nice material.
Platinum.
But then you can get like one of those rubber ones that people wear
No,
too. I don't like.
I hate the rubber.
Hate the rubber?
I hate the rubber.
I am so out on the rubber.
I know,
rubber.
like Mari has a rubber one for when she goes to the gym, and I'm like, I just won't wear it right
No,
to the gym.
yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
I am so out on the rubber for the guys.
No.
It's like
I actually just got this really cute little bracelet thing. It's from a company called Ring Bandits. And I got a DM to me a bunch of times, and it looks like when you take like one of these and like wrap it around your wrist a bunch of times, and there's like a little hidden zipper in it, and you can slip your ring in there.
Oh,
So like when you go to the gym, like if you like forget, but you have like you can put it because
That's a good idea.
I got nervous like taking it off at the gym.
That's
And then
the thing,
like keeping it in a
I won't
locker.
leave it in my locker.
Like I'm not gonna leave it in the locker.
No, if I
like
forget to take it off before the gym, like I'll just leave it off.
Exactly.
gold
Like I'd
chain
like to
that
still
way.
have it on me. But no, like mine's kind of loose. So when I was doing my like whole skincare and everything this morning, I'm like, I gotta just take it off because it's sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
Then I forgot to put it back on.
I hate rubber. But
tisk tisk.
I know.
the rubber though, I hate the rubber.
I think it's
I
so
want rubber
cheesy.
nowhere near my body.
Yeah.
Yes.
So cheesy
So
looking.
cheesy, yeah.
But I'm like, what about all like the athletes who wear it? I feel like it's it's a nice
They're
sentiment instead of wearing the gold.
Well, they're out there playing football. It's a little different.
Fine.
You know what I've been getting so many ads for on my Instagram is like fake rings, like rings that look like your real engagement ring that are fake for like when you go on vacation
Yeah.
and like to the beach and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would just rather not wear.
I would
It's
rings.
just
rather
like
take it.
yeah,
take it
exactly.
off.
Sounds like more work to like
Yeah.
switch. It's just
And also, like people say that, and I'm like, but I love this real ring.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to wear the fake one.
I don't want the plastic one.
Yeah, exactly.
super fair. We're back to talking about.
I know. We ended
Rings.
up
I
back
mean,
here.
honestly,
it was
it's
my
very-
fault because I was looking and I was like, wait, no band. But it would
Yeah.
make sense. That'll be nice, obviously, during the ceremony.
And then we can have that because we're not
Right.
We're gonna do vows, but like we were like, what can we save
Save
that's like
to do for
special
that,
for
yeah.
the ceremony that feels traditional?
Are you
going
gonna
to
do written vows, like personalized, or just do the normal?
We're gonna do written because we did the normal ones at the courthouse, so like to change it up. But it'll be quite interesting because Joe and I aren't overly like verbal people.
Yeah.
Like we are not really like words of affirmation people. Where like
I mean, I actually
I
went-
have a really.
I went really-
I don't speak for yourself. Mine's gonna be really, really intense. It's gonna be long. There's gonna be jokes. In
It's
it.
gonna be intense.
I've heard a couple of the jokes that you plan on making, and I don't know if I would call it intense and romantic.
Do you know? You want to know who's marrying us?
Are you gonna say this right now on Chicks in the Office?
Yeah. I mean, should I not say it?
No, you could say it
us
when
an
I
exclusive.
announce it. This is an
This is an
exclusive,
exclusive.
actually.
we love exclusives.
Wells.
oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so
That's so
sweet.
nice.
All of our favorites.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
all of our
Oh,
favorites.
that's
He's
so
the fucking
sweet.
best.
Yeah.
How did you guys decide on that?
He'll have plenty of jokes.
Well, I guess
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
It was actually a very easy decision. We were more just worried he would say no to doing it because it's kind of a big ask.
well,
you
it
know what I
is,
mean?
for
Like
sure, yeah.
you're it's not like, hey, can you come to my wedding? It's like, can you stand up there and prepare like a speech and
Yeah.
essentially marry us?
And I just like text him. I'm like, I didn't even like say,
even
hey,
call
Wells.
him.
I was just like, will you marry us? He's like, what?
yeah.
Gonna have a few more follow up questions.
Yeah. No,
before
we're-
I give you an answer.
We're so excited. Like
Yeah.
we're
That is
so
so
happy he said yes.
cool.
It's gonna be
Oh
awesome.
my God, I'm
it's
so
just
happy for
very
you guys.
like symbolic for us.
Have I not talked about that anywhere else?
We've never publicly said that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
we're releasing this as soon as you guys leave.
Joe, you crack me up.
Exclusive.
Oh my god,
But yeah,
that
he's
is
a good,
so cute though.
He's a good friend, and like he was such a large part of like our, at least my experience.
Actually, have tears in my eyes.
It's
That
emotional.
is so
Yeah.
nice.
When he said yes,
I
she
did
teared
cry,
up,
yeah.
That is so
It
beautiful.
is
Yeah.
very nice. We
Yeah.
talked about a full circle moment.
It
And
is
now
a
I'm-
full circle
I would
moment.
actually love. Can you like?
Brianna's crying. She doesn't even watch a show.
I know.
I watch a show with her. She's paying attention the whole time.
I know.
I
She's
just
never
think
seen a
that's so,
season.
I just think it's so special for you
It
guys.
is.
Yeah.
I love that for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
I
a
need
photo
you guys
of
to
us
vlog.
too.
I need you guys to vlog the vow writing process because I really want to see
my
Joe's
God.
workshopping.
I have like a
process.
note
is
on
on
my
my
phone
choked
that's
up.
kind of like going because like
you?
it's gonna take me a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot to do it. Like it's not a natural.
Is everything
thing.
up here, Joe?
Sometimes I think of something like I don't know. It'll just be like if I'm in the shower or wherever. Maybe I'm on the trainer on the
Yeah.
treadmill, and not that I ride a train all the time. And I'll think of something like so romantic, and I'll be like, that is so romantic. And then I write it down and I'm like, if I say this, like, this is going to go viral.
Yeah.
And then I know, like, it's not.
You're like, I got him with this.
People are going to be like, this man is just everything.
Oh my God.
See, I'm like a happy. I'm
He's
not
like,
a
this
crier.
is a panty dropper.
I'm not a crier. Like if I'm sad or angry, like I don't cry, but I'm a wedding crier. Like I bawl at
Happy
weddings.
crier?
Oh, I'm a happy crier to the max. So I'm like nervous for the vows because I'm like, I'm gonna freaking be bawling my eyes out my own vows, at his vows. He's like, this is my comedic stage. Everyone take a step back. I'm like ready for the performance of a lifetime.
Jokes at the beginning, and then maybe one somewhere like sprinkled in the middle.
And then it's going to get really intense.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope you're ready.
That's
not
gonna be
ready.
the most romantic shit you've ever heard.
It's gonna be so. She's gonna literally file for divorce right after. Like,
that
But
was too much.
when we got married at the courthouse, Wells texted Joe and was like, because we had just asked him like 2 weeks prior to marry us, and he texted Joe was like, I've never been fired from a job so quickly in my life. Like, am I not marrying you guys anymore? Like, what the hell? We're like, no. You don't have to like become a minister, but you're still gonna like officiate the wedding.
Oh, that is so cool.
I know, it's
Oh my
It's gonna
gosh.
be really amazing. We have a photo from Paradise that's the three of us, and I'm definitely gonna like remake it at the wedding and see if do like a little side by
Guys,
side.
well done. I
That's
feel
perfect.
like you really seem to have thought between Wells and the
More like
espresso
Wells done.
martinis.
Right, the mini espresso martinis.
I know. A good one, Noah. I feel like everything's coming together because, you know, the countdown is
It's coming
on.
soon.
Countdown is on.
She said it this morning. Like, our wedding is so soon. And I looked at the calendar. I was like, not really. I mean, we're still in
No,
August.
but this
we're in July.
those summer months go fast, and like July is almost like already over. Like 2 weeks after July.
literally
Joe
gonna
doesn't have one thing to wear, so
I have to go buy something. Yeah, I've been trying. You know,
Probably
Yeah,
a
probably a
tux,
good
yeah.
idea.
well, I reached out to Ralph Lauren, but they never fucking got back to me.
Listen,
Public
they're gonna
plea.
be they're gonna
regret
be
this.
yeah, they're gonna be
When they
hear your
kicking
vows,
themselves when they hear that romantic line get dropped.
Ralph is gonna regret this. Jeez.
Oh man. Well, congrats,
Oh,
guys.
man, you guys are going to find
Thank
somebody.
you.
It's very exciting. I do want one final Bachelorette question because there are only 6 guys left. We all may need help with this, but do you have like a top 3 that you think are making it for charity?
I've had a top 4 from the beginning that are all still there.
Yeah.
Dotton, I think they have like real serious like chemistry. Joey, Xavier, and then my curveball was Tanner.
Yeah. Tanner, in my eyes, snuck right into this top 6. I think he said
Truly.
maybe 10 words in the last 4
they all of a
weeks.
sudden on the Forest date were like, Tanner, you're the star of the show now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep you around.
Like it was
a
like,
little
Tanner,
longer.
you be the realistic one and like make fun of Brayden, but in a nice way. Like just be like, Brayden's annoying.
But Tanner's normal. You could just tell he's just a normal
He just
guy.
seems exactly.
He's
he
good
seems
looking. He's a
super
normal guy. So
Yeah.
like when when all the everything goes away, like that's what you want.
Yeah.
If he goes to Paradise, girls will go crazy for him.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
Yeah.
But I feel like this season, so she started off with a small group. It was only 25 guys.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know if it's just that she's only had really strong connections with like 2 or 3 guys, or they're just like really pushing those guys to the front of our screen.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's been blatantly obvious the whole time.
Totally.
who
Who's the
she
best
likes
ones, yeah.
And who she has no connection with. Like, intern over there, Hot Sean, like, I know he thinks that like they're ride or die, but like as an audience, you're like, Hot Sean, like it's not working out for you. Like, I'm shocked you're still here. You seem like a great guy. You're gonna thrive in Paradise if you go, but like that's not your wife.
I think it's going to backfire for him because he's been saying all these things like it's about the engagement, whatever. And I think my theory has been that he is going to make it very far, which he already has now because there's 6 guys left and he's going to leave.
I think that might happen with Aaron B based on the promo we saw last night, because he seemed like all
and then
of
it looks
a
like
sudden,
somebody comes back.
Is that like her
really?
ex-boyfriend or
Oh,
something?
wait,
That's
yes,
what I
yes,
said.
yes,
I'm like,
sorry.
does she have an ex coming back to
We
the
thought
show?
it was an
That
ex.
would be crazy.
Yeah,
if
that's
like
what I
her
think.
ex from college was like,
Well, she said like
That would
she
be a
was
great
with one
twist.
guy
We
that was
kinda-
like constantly cheating on her, and he's
Yeah.
probably like watching this, being like,
Damn.
I shouldn't have
We could
cheated
use
on
a good
her."
twist like that.
yeah, we
That
could.
would be great because now Braden's gone, so he was really bringing the entertainment.
You
this
know what I
season.
think was one of the best things in Bachelor history, and like it was talked about a lot, but we just sometimes don't talk about it enough, was when Pilot Pete took Victoria to a Chase Rice concert,
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
Victoria was like,
Yeah, it was funny.
I fucked that guy, basically. Like, that is just goes down as one of the best things that happened on that show. Like, just unbelievable.
Those few seasons were
right,
great.
Pilot Pete, Hannah,
Colton.
Cole, like,
whatever producer
I
found
think-
out that she hooked up with Chase Rice and said, bring him on the show, that's her date, let's
Like-
make this, and then brought someone from Pete's like hometown to rat on her. Like that was just that was
Genius.
another level
Yeah.
of reality television.
you just can't recreate it these days. Like, I look back on Pilot Pete's season as being the best season I have ever watched.
It was
It
really
was
good.
madness from top to bottom.
There's still like memes from that season that come
like
back.
you had the moms, everything.
And then you had like Maddie and him sitting at the end with
Yeah.
Barb's yelling at her
Right,
in the
and-
audience.
and-
like just things you could never. They got lucky with some really good cast members and family members.
Right,
though.
like not only did he get engaged to Hannah, that ended. He sat with Maddie on stage, and then in the audience,
Was Kelly
Flanagan was in there, and they were like, "Kelly Flanagan's here," and then they never showed her again, and we all knew. We were like, well, he's with Kelly Flanagan. He's pretending to be with Maddie. Barb is screaming with at Maddie on stage. Just unreal.
it was wild.
They were making TV. That's what I mean. They need more people that are just like, let's just go be crazy, make TV.
Yeah.
Because that's what we
We
are.
need
We're
more
crazy.
artists out there. We want to make TV.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you,
Thanks
guys.
for
Coming
having
into
us.
the studio.
Thanks for having us.
Bachelor Happy Hour, everyone can listen to when and where.
Knock it out of the park.
Oh,
You got
okay,
it.
Bachelor Happy Hour. You could download it on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you download your podcast. And we release 2 episodes weekly, one Tuesday and the other one Thursday.
Yep,
I
Tuesdays
think.
are a recap episode, and I think Joe, you approach that with no confidence, and we end every episode with exactly what you're doing right
I
now.
thought he was about.
perfect.
I thought he was going to
Perfect.
maybe say Thursday or Friday. Like
Yeah, I thought he was gonna, like, the second episode was kind of up in the air.
Because when we used to record Clickbait, we released 1 episode, and this one we break up into 2.
Yeah.
We have 2 parts.
We do recaps
So-
get released on Tuesdays, and then our interview for the week with our like exclusive guest from the season right now is on Thursdays. But this Wednesday, I don't know when you guys are dropping this episode, but
Yeah,
this
tomorrow.
week. Okay, so tomorrow's
Golden
Wednesday.
Bachelor we got.
So today,
We got the Golden Bachelor.
You got Gary?
We got Gary.
Gary. We interviewed Gary this Monday, and it's dropping Wednesday of this week. So today.
Yes.
Oh, that is so
I'm
exciting.
truly excited
How
for
was
this.
Oh my
Did you
god!
like him?
It's gonna be
Obsessed
awesome.
with him.
Oh, I'm really
It's
excited.
gonna be
I'm
so
excited.
good. I feel like everyone's excited to just like watch something a little bit different and new. And he's a star. Like I'm so excited for his season.
I think the women are. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited for that.
That's
I said-
exactly what Rhea was saying.
I was saying that because it has become like a lot of people, oh, why are they there? And it's like you're getting all of these older women that really are going on for they want a companion,
Life or
whether
death
it might
right
be,
now.
and also like drama. Like if
Literally.
the grannies are going to fight each other, I'm in.
I'm in. I am in for it.
Yeah, and I said, of course, some of it's going to be sad because there's going to be a lot of stories where people have lost a loved one and
Yeah.
that, but it's also going to be hilarious and fun.
100%. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Very
cry and
very
laugh.
excited.
Yep.
Exactly.
What else do you want?
What else do you want from
Yeah.
your
Oh my
TV?
god. Yeah. Like when he was talking about his wife, I was like, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. This is so emotional.
Gosh, that's really sad.
Oh
but
man.
yeah.
Well, I'm excited to listen to that because we had a good laugh about like the spelling of his name, but it's Gary.
Gary,
Gary.
yes.
And
We
not-
had to confirm that too because you changed the first letter to a J and it's
Jerry.
Jerry. Like
Yeah.
no, Gary. Gary.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.